From Shaquille O'Neal cheating on his wife with another player's baby mama, to two Phoenix Sun teammates sleeping with Steve Nash's wife, these NBA players slept with other players' wives. Shaquille O'Neal is the first person that comes to mind when you talk about NBA cheating issues. Everyone knows the big guy who ruled the NBA for years and also became famous as a rapper, movie star, TV expert, and person in the media. You may not know this though. Shaq cheated on many occasions. The cheating story with Laura Govan is something that fans will never forget. In 2010, Shaq's wife Shani said that he was cheating on her with Laura, who was engaged to Gilbert Arenas and had his children. Discuss the chaos that happens on and off the court. The internet got texts between Shaq and Laura that were leaked, and boy did they give away some juicy details about their secret meeting. Exactly. I'm referring to things that are normally kept secret. As you might expect, the incident shattered the relationships of both pairs. I feel bad. Soon after the letters were made public, Shani was fed up and asked for a divorce after blaming her, right? Gilbert, who was going to marry Laura, couldn't believe she had slept with Shaq. Over time, though, he changed his mind and faced the harsh fact. Gilbert once talked about how the cheating incident affected him on an episode of his podcast, Gil's Arena. You won't believe how badly it affected his performance. Actually, I'm not surprised. That had to be a huge distraction. Gilbert says he was at the free throw line during a game against the Indiana Pacers, when he hears those two punk kids shouting Shaq over and over again. Things are about to get worse, though. These kids were making rude moves to distract Gilbert. All of these distractions threw Gilbert off, and he missed both free throws. Not only was it hard for him to focus on making free throws, but there was also a story going on. In a funny and crazy turn of events, Laura later came out and said, "Hell no," to the whole cheating incident with Shaq. Would you look at his feet? If someone has feet like that, how are you going to sleep with them? I really don't care what Shaq's feet look like, but the Lakers star and his strange-looking feet are known for dating a lot of women. In his book, Shaq Uncut, he even tries to say why he cheated. Shaq said that there were so many women that they were all throwing themselves at him. Even though he was married, he couldn't say no to the temptation. By my standards, that's some bold logic. If you thought this was crazy, wait until you hear about the awkward story involving the Indiana Pacers, the Hebert family, and their wives. There you go, you heard that right. Have faith, the whole thing is as weird as it sounds. Before 2010, the Indiana Pacers had a pretty good team, and George and Hibbert were the captains. Outdid themselves on the court. Strange things happened during the 2014 playoffs, though. As soon as the Pacers started playing really badly, rumors began to spread. Right away, crazy rumors started to spread. In the middle of all the crazy talk, Lance Stevenson, one of their teammates, said something that got everyone's attention. Put on the show. It looks like Paul and Hibbert's wives were talking about some pretty bad things on social media. Within this story, it all started on Instagram. A gossip website called Baller Alert got their hands on an anonymous email and published the information. This email says Roy Hibbert learned about it all from his wife, saying she felt bad about it. It turned out that PG and Hibbert's wife had been chatting on Instagram for a while, which may sound normal before they had sex. It was even worse because they were only meant to be friends. Whatever you think, I think that's a really awkward position. It's easy to see why Roy's game got worse after that. His results went down because it looks like he just quit everything. It's been said that NBA players sleep with each other's wives, but have you ever thought that they might go after the coach's wife? Yeah, that's not off limits either. For example, look at Andrew Bynum of the Cleveland Cavaliers. After being banned for behavior that hurt the team, he was given paid leave because it turned out he was seeing the wife of one of the coaches, Jamal Mosley. Personally, I think this embarrassing situation is a real doozy. Bynum had already played in 24 games that season when this news came out. But after this scandal, he was kicked out of the league for years, and it doesn't look like he'll be back anytime soon. No one is sure if this was the only thing that led to his downfall, but it didn't help his image. Whatever happens in the NBA can go anywhere. Like Tony Parker of the San Antonio Spurs cheating on Eva Longoria with the wife of a friend. When you're married to Eva Longoria, you have to keep your eyes on her, right? Actually, don't think that. So Parker started sexting with Brent Barry's wife, who was also Parker's partner. The crazy part is that the two couples were close friends and often hung out together, which makes the whole thing even stranger. A lot of text messages between Parker and Aaron Barry were found by Longoria. It's not uncommon for the NBA to have scandals, especially involving players and the wives of their friends. An example that comes to mind is Tony Parker, who was found texting Brent Barry's wife. The effects were bad, and both partners ended up getting divorced. Parker later talked about how hard it is to end a relationship in public. Former Los Angeles Lakers players Matt Barnes and Derek Fisher were involved in another big scandal. Barnes had just gotten separated from Gloria Govan when he found out she was seeing Fisher. This led to a very heated argument. The event made it clear how important it is to follow bro code and not date coworkers, ex-girlfriends, or boyfriends. Additionally, Barnes was very angry. And then he got in his car and drove 100 miles from Santa Barbara to Los Angeles to meet Fisher in Gavin's backyard. The bad things happened very quickly. An insider told the New York Post that Barnes lost it and beat Fisher up badly. I feel bad. Barnes clearly took everything very personally. He went all the way to Los Angeles to settle the score. That's a very strong commitment. Or you might be having some major anger problems right now. Get ready for some major trouble if you thought that was crazy. There are two people involved in my story. Two players on the same team were having an affair. Barbosa, who used to play for the Phoenix Suns with the famous Steve Nash, was seeing Nash's wife, Alejandra Amoria. That really goes beyond the lines, right? Things got even stranger when Nash asked for a divorce the day after Alejandra gave birth. In addition, what was the reason? Nash thought that Barbosa had the baby, not him. I feel you. What happens when the baby is born? It is dark black. Rest assured that that's not the worst part. Jason Richardson, another one of his friends, turned out to be the father. Yes, cheating stories do happen, but this one really takes the cake. It seems like it came from a soap show. Some NBA players slept with other players' wives. For example, two Phoenix Sun friends slept with Steve Nash's wife, and Shaquille O'Neal cheated on his wife with another player's baby mama. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. See you next time.